So something that would take me probably an hour to do with the edger, you know, with my table saw blade at the end, it's just taking me like, I don't know, a minute. We're just getting started this morning. Out of everything that we're doing today, one thing that I am excited today, guys, is that I'm supposed to get a big machine today. Something that I've always wanted, and they're supposed to drop it off today. We got turkeys coming this week, and we have more meat chickens. I think 40 more. I'm hoping I could put them in the barn, but we need to move that brooder that we have outside. We need to move that inside the barn. We're almost out of egg layer feed. We're at that weird spot of we have a lot of egg layers, but we don't have that much where I can go through 2,000-pound tote of feed, because that is the savings. That is the savings if you buy a tote, unless we could go in with our neighbors. So that might be an option. Bernice, good morning, Bernice. Fuzzy Muggins.
I had a dream that Zeke bit off your pinky finger.
What?
Yeah, you went in there with him and you're like, ah, he bit me.
No. Hey, Zeke, don't bite my finger off. How you doing, Zeke? You tired? Myra, how you doing? She's a sucker for rubs. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Oh. Are you pregnant? Are you gonna have babies yet? Come on. No. Oh. Oh, I don't know. Random tree. Guys, this is black walnut tree growing. Not sure if I really want a walnut tree growing right in the middle of our garden. Maybe I could root it up and plant it somewhere else. There's our temporary shade cloth. We got our lettuce in here. The rain made this. I mean, this is a start to our garden. It's not perfect yet, and we plan on planting a lot more. We just haven't got there. All this is from the previous batch of meat chickens that we have out there. A whole bunch of poop and shavings. It's basically a giant drawer. We're gonna let this sit out in the sun, let it get sanitized a little bit. I call this area the desert, because it is pretty much all dirt. I'm gonna dump all this in the desert here. All the bare spots. Hopefully this will promote some growth here, some grass growth. I don't know, over time. Or this might be my future workshop, maybe. I mean, this area is probably one of the flatter spots in the property. Definitely gonna have to do some grading if I were to put a building here. Also bringing electrical out here, I would have to do that. Clear some trees, but I like how it's really flat. We're smoking today, guys. What are we smoking?
This is a beef sirloin roast. I just seasoned it with some Redmond's garlic, salt, and pepper. Sooner or later, this John Deere, I mean, let's be honest, it's a residential lawnmower coming from 1.5 acres to now 14 acres. This John Deere lawnmower is not cutting it anymore. My local lawn care dealer came by and dropped off my new 0-turn.
Let's say you're gonna cut at 4. Say I move it to 4. And you can move this depending on what works best for you, but you put a little pressure, and this is your release latch. You just push it, and it automatically locks into up position.
After the dealer left, I cannot wait to take this thing out on the land. comparing it to the Skag that I borrowed from my friend, I really couldn't tell the difference from the Skag that I borrowed to this Gravely. And I know that this mower is not a bush hog, but I do have a lot of briars here, and I wanted a mower that could mow through that. I still need to get a hitch for it. Apparently these zero-turn mowers have a hitch that you have to buy separate. It doesn't come with them. But just like everything else, it's back ordered, right? It's either back ordered, they don't have it, and who knows when it's gonna come in. But if I had that hitch, I feel like that would make this mower that much more better. It's a larger commercial mower, and it could pull things, guys. It could pull things because that John Deere lawnmower couldn't pull anything. This John Deere definitely served its purpose. I mean, it did really well for us on our 1.5 acres, and it works well on, you know, a little bit flatter terrain, not so much hilly. To be honest, I have never even heard of a Gravely before. I guess the only reason is because I've never looked into commercial equipment. I think it's cool because Gravely, they've been around for over 100 years. Guys, this is not a sponsored video. This is not sponsored content here. I'm just really excited. I was really concerned with all the hills, how well it would go up the hills, but it does really well. These right here are the brambles. I had mowed these, it's probably already been like 2 months with the other mower, and look it's already growing back. If I leave this, it's gonna go back to how it was. My thing with goats, if I get goats, is that it's another animal I have to take care of. It's more fencing I have to buy to try to contain them, and from what I hear, you know, goats are hit and miss. Sometimes they are very wonderful as far as not getting out, and sometimes I'm gonna be chasing them around everywhere trying to put them back in. I don't know, maybe goats are later on down the line, but for now, I'm gonna have to use this Gravely to mow down some of these brambles and try to use the cows, chickens, pigs, and what we have here now. It is helping though. The mower is helping. The grass is growing in this spot. And I think by mowing down them brambles, it's giving it a chance, the grass a chance to grow, because I think the grass grows faster than the brambles. But you still don't want to get it out of hand. Also, this mower, man, these little tiny trees that are popping up here, it just mows right over that. Like mows it, like tears it down. Like maybe something like this is a little bit big right here, but the little tiny ones that are popping up, guys, can you tell I'm excited about this? All right, so we made it on top of our property. To be honest, it's not easy. I mean, coming from 1.5 acres, coming to this, it's not easy. It's very rewarding, and I am up to the challenge, but it's still not easy, you know. But things like this we need to think about as we continue moving forward. I have my line fence right there. I need to make a path for when I move the cows up this way, because I have all these briars right here. So I need to move them up past this way and clear it with the mower. So something that would take me probably an hour to do with the edger, you know, with my table saw blade at the end, it's just taking me like, I don't know, a minute. All right, check this out, guys. You know, when you don't have sprinklers, you know, you definitely don't take the rain for granted. Right now, it's just starting to sprinkle. Because our pastures need it, you know, our land needs it. because it felt like it's been kind of dry lately. I'm gonna move the meatballs here. Second move, we got stuck on a little tree. I don't use that netting around them all the time. If you just leave them in here, it'd be a lot easier to move. Plus their poop, guys, man. I just have this thing about having the chickens lay in their poop. It just doesn't seem right to me. Eventually, we're gonna be making our way out that way because we have 4 weeks left with the meatballs. Yeah, they're 8 weeks old. That's why this week we're getting more meat chickens. And so by the time they're 4 weeks old, these guys are ready for a freezer, and then the baby chicks that we're gonna get, they'll be ready to be put outside on grass. So we do it all the same day. Butcher chickens the same day, and move new meat chickens out on the same day in a chicken tractor. The turkeys that we're getting, that's gonna be a different thing, because I've never raised turkeys before. Beefy boys are chewing the cud. They're usually hanging out at that tree down there. I made sure I gave them that tree. That's their favorite tree for shade. But lately they've been hanging out right here for shade. Hear that? Not sure if you guys caught that thunder. Hey guys, really quick, I want to show you this app. Look at it. It's called Picture This. It's a free app, and you just take a picture of something growing with your phone, and it tells you what kind of tree, plant, you know, leaf, whatever that is, it'll tell you. Let's take a picture of that leaf. Let's do that. Boom. It's thinking gray bark grape. It's a grape. It's a grape. It's a favorite fruit of many birds. It'll tell you everything in here, guys. A description of it, if it's poisonous or not. Let's try this leaf tree. Identify. Let's see, it's thinking common persimmon. These are persimmon trees. We have a ton of these on the property, just growing everywhere. Do you like persimmons? I mean, there's a bunch of persimmons right here. Persimmons can be roasted and used as an alternative to coffee. I doubt that. I could literally spend all day with that app of just going around and just taking pictures of leaves. All right, dinner time. Look at this, smoked. How long has that been smoking?
It's smoked for about 2.5 hours.
We picked up this beef from our local farmer's market, grass-fed beef.
This is beets and sweet potato and some leftover rice, and then some of the beet tops as well.
We used charcoal pellets on this meat. Yeah, it tastes good. Just getting ready for tomorrow. Closing up shop here, making sure all the animals are safe. They still have water. They're ready for bed. I think I'm gonna love this thing, guys. Time will only tell like how I'll use it in the years to come, but if I take care of it, you know, tune-ups, oil change, stuff like that, it should last a long time. So I think it's a good investment for our farm. Thank you guys for watching. See you guys on the next one.